Hi everyone, Matt Smith here from AIM with another video for you. And today I'm going to be showing you how we can exploit the power of the Force.com platform as an actual development platform. So I'm going to show you how you can create your own forms, which are called objects, and your own workflow and fields, and how you can integrate these custom things that you build with Remedyforce. So the point of the video is to tell you that when you do purchase Remedyforce, you're not just getting an IT service management tool. You're actually getting a full platform that you can support your entire business on. And that could be IT, of course. It could be things like facilities. It could be things like HR. And so what I'm going to show is how we can create custom things on the platform that support your business need. So it means that if you do have a new requirement, you don't need to go and get another tool. You can actually use the Force.com platform to support whatever you like. The example we're going to be looking at today is around security incidents. So let's say, I don't know, maybe you've got an IT issue in terms of hacking, or there might be a security issue around facilities with a break-in, whatever it might be. You might want to have a form on the Force.com platform where you store that information. And you absolutely could build this within Remedyforce as well, so you could add the fields that you wish to do so within there. But let's pretend maybe you have some sort of policy in place which means that such incidents need to be logged separately to the IT system. So that's what I'm going to show you today. And the first thing we're going to want to do is create a new object. And an object is basically just a form within Salesforce which contains one or more fields. So the first thing to do is to click on Setup. We're actually already there. And if you come down to Create and then Objects, what we'll see is a list of all the objects that are already in the system. So there's one in here called Incidents, which is a Remedyforce object which holds, as you can probably guess, incidents. But we're going to create a new one here, so new custom object. We'll give it a label. And we'll also give it a plural label as well. You'll see here this field here called the object's name. This is the unique name that's used by the API. I always put my own custom prefix at the start of this just to differentiate it from any other object names that could have been added by managed packages. We'll come down here to the record name section. So each record that you'll add into this new form, you may want to give it a name, or you might want to have an ID that's automatically generated. So if I left it as text, we'd be able to give the security incident a new name. Or if I click on auto number, it's going to create a new number for us incrementally. So starting from, let's say, 1 all the way up to, whatever number we reach. And there we go. So I've just got a little prefix there just to show that they're security incidents. I've set out the format, and my starting number is going to be 1. We then have a few optional features that we can add here. So we can also have reports and activities. Maybe you want to track some field history to get some auditing around what we're adding. And potentially you could allow the discussion of such records within chatter groups, which is the work collaboration tool that exists on the Force.com platform. Now, what I'd suggest is if you're doing this yourself, it would probably make sense to put it into the deployment status of in development as you're working on it. Because this isn't a live system that I'm using here, I'm just going to leave it as deployed so we don't need to come back and change it later. I also want users to be able to add notes and add attachments to the default page layout. And I also want to create what we call a custom tab, which will allow us to access a new page by clicking one of these links up here. These are called tabs. And I'm going to click on Save. All we do then is select a tab style. So you see there's a number of different out-of-the-box styles here. And then I'm going to enter a description just so another developer that might come across this object understands what it's used for. Okay, we're then going to say who can actually see this object. And within your organization you may very well have some strict rules about who can add and who can view security incidents. This is around the actual object tab itself. So who's got the ability to actually see a tab here and click on it and go to that page. So here I'm just going to leave it as default on for everybody. But you could just click on this tab here and actually change it based on the different profiles. We then have the ability to include these in apps that already exist. An app is actually just a collection of tabs, such as what you see at the top here. I'm not going to include it into any apps at the moment. The reason is I'm going to show you how you'd actually add this new tab into, let's say, Remedyforce or another app that you're using. The way we do that is if we just click on this All Tabs button here, I can click on Customize My Tabs. And I'm going to just bring that in and put it about halfway through. And then you can see we have our security issues object. And it's very simple, as you can see at the moment. If we click on New, there's not a lot going on. We haven't yet actually given it any fields. So if we were to save this, all it's really going to do is have, the owner, which is me, create date and a few other standard fields in it. The way we add in fields, though, is very easy. So we just go back to our custom object definition. So because I've looked at this recently, it's in my recent items. But if I wanted to grab it, all I go is create an objects and then go to security issues here. And I'm going to want to put in a couple of different fields here. I then go through this wizard adding in our fields. So the first one I'm going to do for our security issues is the type of issue that it is. And again, for the field name, I'm just going to put in my usual prefix for the unique value. If I click on Next, we then have the field level security. Again, very important because this is going to dictate who can see this field within the records that they have access to, and if they can see it, is it read-only or not. And I'm going to click on Save and New. The next thing I'm going to do is add a description of our security issue. Again, I'm just going to put in my prefix. Next, we come on to our field level security like we did before. And I'm just going to save that to the page layout. If we just open up our security issues object and click on new, you'll then see we have a really nice simple form here. Give it a save, and as simple as that, we've added a new record to our object. I could go in, for instance, and add a file, attach a file with some additional information. If this is something that I'm actively investigating, I could add a new note, and hopefully you can see how very quickly you can actually build up your own work management system on the Force.com platform. In terms of then linking this in with Remedyforce, maybe you'd like the ability to link the security issue to an incident within Remedyforce. And that again we can do very easily. There's no integration involved here. This is something that's all supported out the box. So if I just click on new, we're going to add a new field of the type lookup relationship. Where it says related to, we're going to say we're going to relate this to the incident object, which exists within Remedyforce. Again, field level security just like before. We've added it to our page layout, and then this is showing, because the security issue is going to be the child within this parent-child relationship, we're saying which page layouts within Remedyforce are going to show the related security issues. So there could be multiple security issues that's related to our one incident, and within Remedyforce we could potentially be able to see all those related security issues. Because of the nature of what we're using here around security, I'm actually going to untick these. And we'll give it a save. And as simple as that, if I want to come in and relate the security issue to an incident within Remedyforce, I can click our lookup icon here. I can do a search and link them together. So there we have it. So as I mentioned at the start, the main purpose of the video is to show you how you can expand beyond Remedyforce if you had some additional requirements. As I said, you very much could build this within Remedyforce. There's a full security model around who can see what fields and who can see what records. So if you did have a requirement where security issues needed to be seen only by a certain group and worked on by a certain group, then you absolutely could do that. But this video was really to demonstrate the power of the Force.com platform beyond Remedyforce and integrating with it. So I hope you found the video very useful. If you do have any questions, we'll leave a slide at the end with my details on, and feel free to get in touch. Thank you.